Hey, y'all, listen, welcome in the building. Happy Saturday, happy Saturday. We literally got 4 days before the new year, and that seems just so crazy to me. I can't even believe, yet imagine that in 2.2 seconds we will be ushering in 2026. Tara, thank you so much. I saw your super chats out there. Much love, much appreciated. Thank you for all the support. Thank you all for being here. Y'all know the routine. If y'all coming through and spending time with me for trending topics, do the Diva a favor. Hit the like button. That's all I ask of you, okay? Hit the like button. Now, listen, people, tonight's trending topics is all about the money. It's all about the money. You ever see those? See, you know what? That's why I'm personally, unless I really have to, I'm not getting involved in the law enforcement stuff. And I'm going to tell y'all why. This young lady right here, there was a sign that says, if you help us find said criminal, there's a 5K reward. Well, her Ring doorbell showed the criminal asking her, can he use her cell phone or her phone? She called the po-po. They came, they was in her house, looking at her Ring door footage, taking a video of the video. They end up catching a man and she doesn't get the 5K. It's messed up. But tonight is all about the money, so we're going to talk about it. Then the next one is allegedly a city worker was extorting this business out of money. Now, listen, the amount of money he ended up giving her was low in comparison to what some people get extorted for. It was about $700, but still, the fact that she was doing it is problematic. Trying to extort him out of money. Thinking because he didn't really speak English that well, she was going to get away with it. But boyfriend went to the po-po. He went to the cops. Now she going to lose her job. She in trouble. She has been shamed. What a big dummy. It's called a part-time job. If from your regular job, your full-time job is not enough money to make ends meet, then you have to go get you another job. Sorry, not sorry. You get off of work at 5, that's the next job. Can you work 6 to 10? I did it for many years. 2 jobs, sometimes 3. Weekends, Monday through Friday. I missed a lot of parties, a lot of family events because I was working. But if you got bills to pay and you need the money, you got to work. So we're going to talk about it. Then we got to talk about Tyler Perry. He got another lawsuit. Before he couldn't end 2025 without another lawsuit slapped on him. So this guy is saying, similar to Derek Dixon and other people, that Tyler likes the men's. And there ain't no problem with that. We don't have no problem with that. You know, over here on the Diva channel, be who you are, do what you want to do as long as you ain't violating and hurting nobody. So apparently, you know, he likes the men. And allegedly, he liked to fill up on them, grope them, and tell them, just calm down, relax. It's all good. Enjoy this moment. You know, Hollywood seems to have, you know, predators are everywhere. Let's be very clear. Hollywood seems to be a cesspool of predators. But see, if you root yourself in something, you won't fall for everything. And I have rooted myself in simplicity. I like nice things. And if I get to have them, woohoo! But I don't have to have them. And that's why I'm in my humble abode. I'm happy and all is good. I drive my humble car that takes regular gas. And I'll drive where I want to go, and I do what I want to do. And there's a lot of things that were on the top of my list in terms of a career. But I wasn't about to violate my body parts for said career. It ain't that serious for me. So this young man is suing Tyler Perry for $77 million. Saying he did this, he did that, blah, 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 so forth and so on, yada, yada, who. Because every now and then we hope to save at least one person over here for the future actors, actresses, singers, rappers. When you go to sign your contract, go to get a role, go to do whatever. If they want you to do anything but your talent, run and don't look back. Because now in today's day and age, you can make yourself a superstar if that's what you really want to do right here on the good old internet and your cell phone. Forget about it if you don't even have a computer or a laptop. You can use your cell phone. There are people making miracles happen, making movies with their cell phone. Not even these expensive cameras and lights and all that, with their cell phone. You want to sing? You know how many singers have been discovered off of the TikTok and the Instagram? Don't sell your soul to the devil. Because when you sell it, you can't get it back. So we're going to talk about this young man, his $77 million lawsuit, because it's all about the money tonight, people. Listen, I done talked enough. Y'all know what I need in the chat. I need a what? I need a choo-choo. Hold aboard, everybody. It is Saturday Night Trending Topics, and we got stuff to talk about. This title is called All About the Money, okay? We got the 5K tip. They didn't want to give her money for helping them find their criminal. Messed up. We got the alleged city extortion. She trying to extort this man out of money, and she worked for the city. And then we got Tyler Perry and his trouble. And Fantasia getting into it. It's a mess, but I'm going to bring the people on in the building. Hold on one second. Hey, Savannah.
Hey, Diva.
Hey, In My Opinion.
Hey, Diva. Choo-choo.
Choo. Hey, Callie.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, Julius.
Hey, y'all. Hit the like button for the Diva.
Come on, hit the like button for the Diva. We're going to go right into this first story where the woman gave a tip on a criminal that the police was looking for, and they said they was going to give $5K reward if you help catch this criminal, and she ain't get her money. She want to know where the money at. She want them to show her the money. So hold on one second. Let me see.
Says that Crime Stoppers isn't paying on a promise.
That's right. It's been over 3 weeks since law enforcement found an escaped inmate from the Rockdale County Jail that had been on the run for close to 3 days. And the woman who provided that tip says she isn't getting her reward. 11 Alive's Chase House has her story.
Tips from homeowners living on Green Acres Court in Pennington Street off of Jackson Highway are what helped law enforcement find escaped inmate Timothy Shane in this abandoned home behind me on Morris Drive earlier this month after a multi-day manhunt. The Rockdale County Sheriff's Office even crediting those tips with his capture. It was that security camera notification and a ring at Rodnika Twilley's doorbell that sent the Covington Police Department to her home on Green Acres Court.
Like, this guy was dangerous. Who knows what could have happened if he came in my house.
This is video from Twilley's doorbell camera around 12:15 in the morning on December 3rd.
I was wondering if I could make a phone call.
The man asking to use her phone, then escaped inmate Timothy Shane, who law enforcement was searching for after he escaped from Grady Hospital while under the Rockdale County Sheriff's Office supervision.
Immediately when they came, officers surrounded the house looking, but then two came inside to view the camera, and then they used their phone to hold it up and take a video, and then I sent them a video.
While Shane was on the run, Crime Stoppers of Greater Atlanta put out this flyer offering up to $5,000 for any information that leads to his whereabouts. The video you're watching is of Shane being taken back into custody, and Twilly believes it was her tip just hours earlier that led police to him, so she should be given the cash reward. And Twilly says she's reached out to Crime Stoppers about the reward, but hasn't heard back. Some people are going to say, well, you shouldn't worry about the money. It should be about getting that dangerous criminal off the street. How do you respond to somebody that may say that to you?
Well, I can agree. We're all happy that he is off the street. However, some people could have turned a blind eye and was like, hey, just ignore the ring, go somewhere else. But we did make that call, and they did put it out there that there was an award. According to the Crime Stoppers of Greater Atlanta's website, in 2024, they received more than 4,100 tips. On Wednesday and Thursday, I reached out to the Atlanta Police Foundation, who oversees the program, to see how many of those tips led to a reward. I never heard back. As for if and when Twilly will get her reward, I'm still working to figure that out too. In Covington, Chase Howell, 11 Alive News.
Now in March, Crime Stoppers raised their standard reward from $2,000 up to $5,000 for information that leads to the arrest of an individual engaged in criminal activity.
Well, they need to give her money. Savannah?
So, Diva, I was trying to look. Did they give a reason why they're not giving her the reward? Because if it wasn't, but if it wasn't for this citizen and her video cam, first of all, having a stranger at your door at that time in the morning asking to use your cell phone is crazy in itself. Especially during this day and age where everyone has a cell phone, or they can easily go into a business and ask to use their a phone there. So I was trying to find in the story of the reason why they're not giving her the reward. 5,000 to me is actually kind of low, being that this was a person that broke out of prison and was on the run. And I'm just trying to, I don't know what was the excuse. I mean, this citizen helped them get a dangerous person off the streets. So this reward money should absolutely go to her. They didn't get any. I mean, she was a tipster that solved the crime that they needed assistance with. So I'm glad that she put it out in the media, letting them know that she's not being paid as they were offering, the monies for help solving this crime. This is it's silly. I'm trying to figure out the why she's not getting it, when if it wasn't for her, this man may have still been on the run and evading police, and probably been in another county by now. So, and thank goodness for Ring. Ring has been one of the greatest inventions in this decade in itself. So she definitely needs that and more. And I hope this police department really comes through for her, because she deserves it.
Oh, she absolutely does. This crazy thing was ringing my doorbell, talking about, can I use a phone? Y'all came in and got my little video footage. Now, to get out of here. Give me my money. In my opinion.
So I feel like they do this a lot. Because most people can't say that they tip actually led to the arrest. It's no way for you to actually hold them accountable. But this lady, she actually had the video where they came in her house and took the video, and then she still sent it to them. So even after they took the video, she still sent it to them. So she went above and beyond for y'all to catch this man that came to her door. And it's really the part that's making me believe that this is not the first time is when he said, we called to ask, out of all these people that they've found people off of, how many people have y'all given the tip to? And he's never gotten a response back. It's telling me that Your tips are being taken and used, but you're not being paid for those tips.
Mm-hmm.
I do feel like they need to give her the money. She right. She needs to keep on yelling it, and she needs to go to the mayor's office and everybody else and tell them, look here, this man know where I stay. I turned him over. Now my life could be in danger because we don't know what fools he know. He could send them right to her door. Yeah, I want my money.
And I want it now. Thank you. In my opinion, Wayne, your thoughts?
Yeah, of course she deserves the money, but then when she called them, did she call them in response to an inmate then broke out, or did she just, when she called, did she call somebody, a strange man rang my doorbell?
I think she knew it was this inmate. But I mean, I can't be 100% sure, but all I can say is either way, she still deserves these funds.
She does deserve it, but I'm just saying they may be trying to get on the technicality that, well, we found this out afterwards, it wasn't like you said this, some kind of technicality. Because this is definitely, they wouldn't have got this man if it hadn't been for her and the Ring doorbell,
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, she definitely needs to be compensated for that. And maybe, she could call Ring, the Ring company,
Mm-hmm.
and let you know as some kind of advertisement how Ring doorbell caught, she could play this up. I think she could get some money off of this. That's it.
Julius, your thoughts?
Give the girl her money.
Come on now.
Run me my money. Give me my Benjamins. Hurry up.
Thank you, Julius. Callie, your thoughts?
When we had that escape in New Orleans where those three men just kind of walked out of the jail and they offered that big reward, I kept seeing in the comments multiple people saying, don't turn them in because you're never going to see that money. So I have a feeling that this is something that they do all the time, and we've just never turned anyone in. So we've just never had this experience. I don't know. There's something weird with this. I think that they're doing some tricky marketing with these rewards where probably unless you actually physically capture this person and do a citizen's arrest, they're probably not going to give you that money. I don't know. That's just I'm just wondering. Yeah, but hopefully she can get it.
Yeah, hopefully because she's screaming to the news, she might get it. But I think you are correct, Callie. I think y'all are correct, in my opinion, all of y'all. Because when the news person said, well, who did you ever give money out to? They had no response. Because they're not. And I wonder where they get the money that funds, giving this reward. Where does that come from? It's interesting. Tara, thank you so much for your super chat. Much appreciated. I hands down in this particular case, you came in my house, you got my Ring camera footage, you asked me questions, and I sent you the video. Send me the money or send me some money, because this is ridiculous at this point. And then hours later, they actually caught him. It was her tips. Let me go ahead and roll into the next story. And this is where this alleged city worker was extorting the guy that owned the business. So let's take a look at this.
Look, I'm just here for this one-time thing to help him. We was helping each other, sure, and that's it.
How are you helping each other?
I don't have any more answers.
You have no answers. You have not been extorting this man for 2 months?
No, I have not. Friend, I'm not trying to hurt you.
Are you friends? Is this your friend?
You called me friend.
This is Oscar Rivera, and this is Delana Howard, an officer with Dallas City Code Compliance. Not only does Rivera say they're not friends.
5 o 6, algo así.
Totaling probably
700.
He says she used her position with the city to demand hundreds of dollars from him, claiming if he did not pay, he'd owe the city of Dallas thousands in fines.
Are you afraid of her?
Sí, le tengo miedo a ella.
In July, Rivera went through the annual license renewal process with code compliance for his car repair business, a business he's been certified to operate for more than 10 years. His license was renewed in July.
Pero fue uno y ya me dio mis permisos, dijo que estaba bien, y luego ella también dijo que ya.
But Rivera says in September, one of the officers with the department came back, claiming he was in violation of city code.
Oh, me dijo que me podía dar un ticket de $5,000, o si no, que pagara como una cuota de $290.
These screenshots show text messages starting in late September from a number a Dallas police report links to Howard, saying it's going to take $200 to get this closed, promising to somehow block Rivera's address from the reporting system. Then she tells him that the fee will only be good for a month. He will have to redo it and asks him not to tell anyone. For weeks, text messages asking for different dollar amounts, asking for half if Rivera doesn't respond, insisting she's helping him out. The messages went from demands to pleas for cash to pay her phone bill and car note.
What we have here is a clear case of extortion.
Eric Deroge is Rivera's attorney. On November 14th, Rivera filed a report with the Dallas Police Department. DPD would only confirm the investigation is ongoing. We asked the city of Dallas for an interview on this issue, but instead received a statement confirming code compliance is aware of the allegations and that the employee in question had been placed on administrative leave pending an investigation. She was placed on leave on November 24th. That same day, Rivera informed WFAA that Howard planned to come pick up cash from him. So we showed up at the shop to bring her our questions direct. Morgan Young with WFAA. What does he owe you money for?
Nothing.
Your text this morning said that you needed money by 1 p.m. today or your car was going to be repossessed. Is your car going to be repossessed? But what does that have to do with Mr. Rivera?
Nothing. I'm sorry, Oscar.
Were you sending those messages asking for money as an employee of the city?
No, at the time, I was always off the clock when I was sending them.
When you were working for the city, would it be common for the city of Dallas to have you texting him for the money that he owed? Howard never denies texting Rivera asking for money, but says that she was somehow helping him, seemingly shocked that Rivera has a problem with it. You've been texting this man for months. He said he's afraid.
Afraid? OMG. If you want a refund for your money for helping you, I will.
So you feel like you were helping him?
I really, really do. I really do. And he knows that.
Do you know that? I don't think he feels that way.
I didn't come at you no type of way.
If he was in compliance with the city, he had his permit. Why did he need to pay you personal money to your Zelle account for his compliance?
I don't have anything else to say.
This interaction went on for nearly 20 minutes. At one point, Howard starts to break down.
Please.
Why are you emotional right now?
Because I have so much going on. I cannot have this air. Please, I'm already sick. I have proof. Please. I will give you back the money you sent. I'm not trying to break the law. I'm not trying to go to jail.
What did you think you were doing when you were doing that?
I was looking out for him.
How?
I don't want to answer.
Eventually, Howard walked back to her car and drove away.
It's appalling. I think it's predatory. I think it's a situation that should not have happened at all.
Rivera's hope now is that the city's investigation will lead to action so that he and potentially others no longer have to live in fear. Oscar Rivera says he has not heard from Howard since the day that we spoke to her at his shop. The city of Dallas says it is still actively investigating this situation. And according to the city's website, if a property owner or a resident is actually violating city code, they will receive what's called a courtesy notice that specifically states what that violation is, how long they have to fix it, and information about any enforcement if they do not. We couldn't find any part of the policy that would allow for a code enforcement officer to personally text a resident. In Dallas, I'm Morgan Young.
Savannah?
I don't even know where to begin with this story. First of all, she had the nerve to call him friend. I was stuck on that, knowing that she was caught in a scam. And has she been fired? I didn't hear that in the news.
Not as of that era. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And is this the only Hispanic business owner that she has done to, or foreign business owner that she has done that to. I do know that that is a serious problem for, especially in the Hispanic speaking community. Business owners that do not are not fluent in English, and they just don't want to have any issues with breaking any type of codes or receiving any county fines or having their businesses shut down for the most part. So they will pay whatever a city official will tell them, thinking that they're um, i- in compliance with whatever the business is supposed to be in violation of. So I've heard this story. I've heard this incident for a few years now, that Hispanic business owners are being targeted by not just city officials but police officers, and they'll pay the money because they don't want any type of um, any threat to their businesses being shut down. Uh, this lady knew that she was scamming and has been caught, um, and that the the news reporter, she played it well. She was like, okay, she says she's coming back at 1 to pick up some money. We're going to make sure to be here at 1 and confront her. And I think more and more people need to be exposed of the scamming, the injustice, the I mean, there is absolutely no regard. This woman has been stealing this man's money for months to fund her life and her lifestyle, and that had nothing to do with him. And I'm so glad that he finally spoke up and got some assistance and help, because that is clear extortion and threat. And most of these owners who are not fluent in English, whether they're Hispanic or Asian or um, they'll pay those fines or whatever they say, just thinking that they'll be left alone, and not in any trouble with any type of government, whether it's state, federal, or local. So I really hope that this woman is fired and that she does pay some restitution back for this business owner to get his money. But a great way to expose them. I think this needs to be done more and more. Put these people on Front Street, show their faces, and embarrass them. I like the story, and I'm glad that he finally got him some justice.
Yeah, I am too. In my opinion, your thoughts?
Child, I don't know what kind of friend she thought she was being. Friends don't threaten to shut my business down if I don't give you some money. I think she need to check the definition of a friend. And what in the world? You gonna lose your whole job over $700? Child, I'm telling you, it's some crazy people out here in this world. I'm telling you, got a whole government job and you about to lose it over $700. This is bananas. I think she was dumb. I think her scam was dumb. And I think she deserves everything she's gonna get. Now I want this man to sue her. I want him to sue the city for employing her. And I want him to get the justice that he deserves. He need more than his $700 because they done ran this man crazy. And then dang old lady sitting up here trying to talk to him, talking about some, ain't we friends? Ain't we friends? No, y'all ain't friends. You was the scam artist scamming him, and he didn't even know it. Talking about something, my car finna be repossessed. It need to be repossessed. There's a lot of stuff finna be repossessed when you lose this job.
That part, and then told them not to air it. Girl, bye. Wayne, your thoughts?
You just took the words out of my mouth. She had the nerve to say, I'm sick, please don't air this. This can't be aired. It's so funny when they get caught red-handed. How's this guy be like, they say, run me my money back. Run me my money. But see, she was greedy. She probably could have got off with one payment, okay, and left him alone. But girlfriend got greedy. She talking about, I need my condo paid. And this man probably said, okay, now, we ain't going to do this. So she just pushed it just a little bit too. What they call it, FAFO. I'm done.
Thank you, Wayne. Julius?
These scam artists is something else. And then she want to do the crybaby tears.
I ain't see one tear for, but I know what you're saying, Julius.
She can miss me with all that fakery. And I hope she gets everything thrown at her. She was wrong. That man was fearful that he was going to lose his livelihood and possibly more. And I want to give that reporter her flowers, if I can. She's like, oh no, we're going to do this. And she was like, and you seen by her face now, because y'all know I went to cosmetology school. I was used to study the facial structure. Now I'm about to get messy real quick. She was like, how can you call him friend and make it and threaten him like that? Her face showed it all, but she kept it composed, professional. But her face told a different story, honey, okay? She gets everything thrown at her, everything.
Thank you, Julius. Callie, your thoughts?
Okay, I'm about to shake the table, and I'm about to shake it hard. Look, I think they were both in on something together. I do not think that this man was actually compliant in all of this stuff. I think that he was paying these people off. I believe that what happened was she started to ask for a little bit too much money. And so now the narrative has changed. I'm not buying this story at all. And I guess because I have worked in an auto shop, and those are some of the most Lord, okay. I don't even want to go there. But that was my first job. I worked in an auto shop. My very best friend's father owned an auto shop. I'm very close friends with a person who became friends with the person that owned the shop that fixed my own car. We're still friends to this day. I don't think that this man is compliant. I think that he was paying people off and something went left. Either she asked for too much money or he started getting paranoid and just got scared and put the whole thing on her. But I'm not buying this story.
But they said there was no regulations or violations on the site about him.
Of course not, because he paid the inspector off. Of course it isn't, because he paid the inspector off. I think this is a scheme that they all have going on together with these shops.
Well, that's another side to the story. All right, now, Katrina, your thoughts? Katrina, are you there? All right, Katrina may be having trouble because I'm not hearing anything from her side. Increased Matter says she fixed it for him. That's why she's saying we were friends. I don't know. But I guess she was coming back for too much more money. He had enough. Anything's possible. I'm going to go ahead and roll into the last story, which is the Tyler Perry story, where yet again another individual is suing him, but this one for $77 million. So Tyler Perry and Lionsgate hit with a $77 million Christmas Day SA suit from a Madea Halloween actor, and it's a failed money grab, Perry lawyer says. So a vivid $77 million SA and S battery lawsuit against Tyler Perry, filed by the same lawyer behind a similar action earlier this year, is just more of the same in search of a payout, claims the betrayed Madea star high-profile attorney. Having recently failed in another matter against Mr. Perry, the very same lawyer has now made yet another demand for more than a decade ago, which will also be a failed money grab. Alex Spiro said today of the big bucks jury trial seeking claims from Mario Rodriguez against Perry in Boo, a Madea Halloween distributor, Lionsgate. Spiro has successfully repped Alec Baldwin, Jay-Z, and many many an A-lister over the years with a slugger approach is certainly putting forth the narrative of how he wants Jonathan Delshad represented Rodriguez's Los Angeles Superior Court case to go down in flames. There is no denying Rodriguez's suit is similar in tone and format to the ongoing $260 million sexual harassment and assault suit initially filed in June in LASC by Delshad for his client, the Oval actor Derek Disson, against Perry. At the same time, there's no denying that Rodriguez's 23-page complaint filed December 25th is full of potentially damning text messages, screen grabs, remarks about oral sex, and other suggestive conversation from an allegedly predatory Perry. There are also apparent cringy proclamations by the filmmaker like, you know, Mario, I'm not a bad person to know and to have in your corner. Focusing on the making of Bull and a number of subsequent meetups, such as a November 14, 2018 Beverly Hills dinner at Mastro's Steakhouse to discuss more potential roles for model Rodriguez that saw a cameo of sorts from John Cena. The complaint is also full of graphic and specific details. Mr. Perry reached into Mr. Rodriguez's underwear and grabbed his private area. The filing exclaims an alleged assault 8 years ago. Mr. Perry was making sexual moaning noises and saying, stay here, while he pressed his body against Mr. Rodriguez and continued to grab his private area. Capping off that alleged incident, the filing claims Perry stuffed $5,000 in Mr. Rodriguez's pocket as the slightly inebriated Rodriguez was waiting for an Uber to take him home from Perry's house. Other alleged attempts by Perry to offer Rodriguez financial security and on-screen roles for what the plaintiff understands to be sex followed up to 2024, claiming PTSD, psychological, emotional, and economic injuries from Perry's alleged actions towards him. Rodriguez, who did play a very good-looking college student in the 2016 Bull, and lawyer Delshad have hauled Lionsgate into all of this. Their argument is disarmingly simple, though with an odd misspelling of the studio's name. Lionsgate should have known of Perry's misconduct, as Perry has had many such allegations made against him in the past, the complaint states. But for Lionsgate failure to act and enforce their morality clauses and other safeguards, the sexual assaults would have occurred, as Perry would not have been in a position of power. Lionsgate, as it is actually spelled, did not respond tonight to Deadline's request for a comment on the lawsuit and its place in it. In terms of someone who did respond, Spiral may be swinging in defense of his client, but the New York City-based Quinn Emanuel partner is not altogether off the mark with his strong statement. Rodriguez decided to take action with his claims after Sean Diddy Combs, referencing friend, texted him on June 18th with news of Dixon's case. Mr. Rodriguez realized that Mr. Perry was continuing to use his power and influence to sexually assault hopeful actors, and with the voice of others, decided it is time to tell his story, obtain justice, and finally stop Mr. Perry. This week filing says, when Perry became aware that Rodriguez was going to file this action, Perry once again reached out to Rodriguez by text, telling Rodriguez that Perry did so much to help Rodriguez and that Perry was feeling betrayed by Rodriguez, the document adds. Interestingly, with all the text exchanges displaying Rodriguez filing, this possibly explosive one is not there to see. Now, to Spiral slamming of Rodriguez versus via Delshad and the Dixon matter, it is more nuanced in reality. For instance, the case hasn't actually failed, as Spiral claims. Delshad's case against Perry for Dixon hasn't exactly nosedived, but it has had an unconventional path through the legal system so far. Filed in LASC in June, The matter was pulled from the state court in California and moved to federal court in the Golden State earlier this year. Then Dixon filed to have his case remanded back to LASC. On December 12th, a federal judge ruled that Dixon had not proved he had residence in the state and denied the return to the state. A consequence of Judge John Walker's decision was that Dixon's case was then shifted to federal court in Georgia, Perry's home base. Sitting with Judge Sarah E. in the Peach State, the past 2 weeks of this holiday season, Dixon's case hasn't seen much movement, which means once Lady Justice picks up the pace and assuming there is no settlement, 2026 could very likely see Tyler Perry fighting pricey SA cases on two sides of the country. Whew, whew. Savannah, your thoughts?
And here we go again, closing out 2025 with a Tyler Perry essay story. I just, if this isn't one of the worst kept secrets in Hollywood and why this man doesn't come out and live in his truth, I don't understand. Where there's smoke, there is fire. And I tend to believe these young men that come out with their stories of what they their encounters with the director, with Tyler Perry. My only issue with these stories is that they continue to go back. He said he was assaulted on several occasions by Tyler Perry, and even before he was cast in the film, and they met in a gym, and Tyler Perry kept dangling other prospective roles, and that would entice him to return back to his residence. So I think that's where my issue is with these stories, that these men kept going back even after the first incident, whenever their first incident occurred, and they were uncomfortable, regardless of whether they received monies or cars or rolls, jewelry, don't matter. They received some type of compensation for the essay, but then they went back again. And Rodriguez, in one of the articles, he stated that he went a few times to the studios or to the residence because of another role. And so I'm not certain why now, after 8 years, he's telling his story. Did Tyler cut him off, or did he, is he trying to get some type of money like the other young man did this summer who came out against Tyler Perry, and Christian Keys, who also received some type of hush package? Is that what this is here as well? Because unless once they do get some type of severance package from Perry, then the story goes away, and then a couple months it's quiet and a new victim comes out, or alleged victim in quotes comes out, because these people who put these lawsuits out, they settle, and then nothing is really ever accomplished, and he's free to continue doing and assaulting and getting his kinks off, whatever they may be. So is it a money grab, or is it that he's really trying to unmask Tyler Perry? But to me, this just seems more of a money grab, like the last two stories. And once Tyler gives him a couple $1 million, he's going to go away. And then we'll be back here in April with a new victim suing Tyler Perry for the same type of encounters. Nothing new. It's unfortunate. We all know who he is. Tyler is the only one who don't know who he is. And that's really what we are.
Woo! Thank you, Savannah. In my opinion, your thoughts?
I want Tyler Perry to play It's Cheaper to Keep Her. When he started paying out Christian Keys, he should have went on and told the rest of his people that he hadn't had encounters with. They got text messages, damaging text messages. I'm gonna go ahead and pay y'all off now so y'all keep y'all mouth shut. It's mighty funny that they all coming out the woodwork now. This is turning into a whole nother Diddy.20. This is ridiculous. And the same thing always happens. They keep going back. And you want us to somehow feel sorry for you making a dumb decision. I won't ask them. I really do. I want to ask these people, was it worth it? Because every time I hear this story and they say, well, I went back for this reason. And I'm like, well, if it happened the first time, why would you go back and put yourself in that same predicament for it to happen again? Because let me tell you something. I've been on this earth a mighty long time. And never in my over 40 some years on this place have I ever said, somebody's going to do me wrong and I'm going to go back again for you to do me wrong again. You have to sometimes learn your lessons. So I think this is going to set a precedent for everybody to come out of the woodwork. And until we stop it and say, if you didn't file within the first 2 years, if you ain't filed a criminal police report, we ain't paying you monetary. Because that's the only thing that makes me upset about this whole thing. Right. Everybody quick to file one to get some money, but you ain't quick to file a criminal lawsuit to stop somebody else from it happening to them. So if you can't file a criminal lawsuit, I wouldn't take a monetary lawsuit, because I feel like now you trying to con me to get some more money too.
Yeah, you know what too? What's interesting is he claimed when Tyler Perry found out that he was about to file a lawsuit, he texted them, but that text wasn't part of the lawsuit. That's interesting. That would have been a great text to have as part of the lawsuit.
It probably didn't happen.
That part. And that's what makes people get some of these people that are coming out the side eye. Wayne, your thoughts?
I was going to say, this is pretty much like your word against his. I think that it's a money grab. I just find it hard to believe that, people will sometimes, when they want something real bad, abandon their morals. Okay. And then after they get what they wanted, they want more, and you don't get what you want, because these are all adults. These weren't kids. These are all adults. Okay. I think it's a money grab. Whatever, I don't know what Tyler Perry did. I'm not saying it's right, but I'm saying this is a money grab. Because people got paid. There's a pattern. People got paid. Even if you get paid to shut up. If Tyler Perry say, look, their lawyers say, well, we're going to settle for this amount. Okay. And a lot of times when these people settle for this amount, rather than go through and get dragged, whatever, it's cheaper just to go on and pay them off. And like I think Savannah said, once you throw a couple of $1 million their way, they probably ain't never seen a couple of $1 million. They're going to be okay. It'll go away. That's it.
Thank you. Julius, your thoughts?
Tyler Perry needs to come out the closet. Like, I'm just through with all these lawsuits. It seems like you like the fellas, allegedly. I'm using allegedly. Don't come for me, people. We're about to go into the year of our Lord 2026. Come out the closet. Because honestly, it's not a secret. We all know.
Thank you, Julius. For me, though, what the problem is it is not just about you not maybe coming out and saying what your sexual preference is. These people are not people that are claiming he acts, it's like he's violating them. That's a whole nother problem when you want to violate the people. Callie, your thoughts?
I will say, if in fact he is doing these things, in my opinion, this is a different type of preference. It has nothing to do with what we associate with coming out of the closet. This is more like he has a kink for doing this specific thing and a preference for doing this specific thing in the way that he is doing it. So it's not like someone just wanting to, I'm gay and I just want to live my life. No, this is a creep. And I think that sometimes we confuse the two. If he is doing these things. Now, I do know that there are people in this world that are there to get the bag. And when they get in sort of like these relationships or flirtations or whatever with these people that they presume to have all of this power in the entertainment industry, and the career doesn't come, then their backup plan is to sue. Because they know I'm leaving here with some money. I have been in contact with this man. This man says he's a billionaire. I am getting some money. And we also have discovered from the Diddy case what these lawyers do and how they create this net. Once one person accuses them, they actually will hire like private detectives and other attorneys and stuff to like recruit other people to make other accusations. Now, whether or not if they're true, sometimes they may be, sometimes they may not be. But there is an agenda and there is like an organized system working to get people to come out with these accusations so that the original client can be paid off, or there could be a criminal case or whatever it is that they're trying to do. Now, I think that the reason why this sort of boomerang effect seems to be happening with some of these celebrities. For one, a lot of these people escaped the Me Too movement just, by the hair of their teeth. This is our second round of this kind of stuff happening. But also, I think that Tyler Perry is one of these people that became rich and famous because we just wanted to see a Black person be successful and not because he was so talented. And that in of itself has a fraudulent energy to it. And sometimes when you're living in a fraudulent energy, that stuff boomerangs back on you energetically. So I'm not saying that somebody should take this man and lock him up. I haven't seen no evidence that would make me feel that he should be put behind bars. But what I see going on right now, I don't feel bad for him. Because I feel like if you project and live your life as, I don't even know how else to say it, as a fraud, eventually that energy gonna come back to you. So, hey, Tyler, look, we gotta be honest about Tyler. Tyler is where he is. He's one of these people that almost got rich and famous by telling people he was rich and famous. You know what I mean? He's where he is because we just wanted to see somebody be successful. It's not because he's not Eddie Murphy. He doesn't have a comedic gift. Eddie Murphy can look at you and make you laugh. And Eddie Murphy has never, ever marketed himself as, look at me, how rich I am. And Eddie Murphy is very, very wealthy. Very. But
yeah,
do we know how much money he has? No.
I have to say this about Tyler Perry though. A lot of these people, and not in a sense of they should get away with if they did something criminal, but I separate their personal behavior from their actual talent or what they do. And persistence, they said consistency and persistence will get you further than people that have talent, but they don't work hard. So I will say this, Tyler Perry is a hard worker. I used to go to Tyler Perry plays, but then I stopped liking that environment. Broadway is more my thing. But I have to give Tyler Perry this. when he was doing those plays, which he started out with, he was really boots on the ground hustling. I'm not going to take that away from him. This man has hustled. And yeah, he likes to brag about his money, but he made his money. So whatever. I'm not going to take that away from the man. So he hustled when in terms of, you know, he started out with these plays and he did a lot of plays that failed before he got his success with those plays. So he lost a lot of money before he made money. And then on top of that, this studio he built in Atlanta, it is a big deal and it's a big thing. I think where Tyler Perry has gone wrong, where the Diddies have gone wrong, is when they get so above themselves. Because here's the problem, I think, with a lot of first generation wealthy Black people. They don't really know how to be humble in a way, or to really deal with all of this newfound money that they have made and the level of success that they have amounted. And Tyler Perry keeps telling everybody he was violated as a child, but I'm going to say something really. Unfortunately, there's a lot of people that have been violated as a child, as a teenager. We do many stories over here, and I could probably do one every day where these freaking school teachers now are predators. Like, good God, you can't even send your kid to school while you go to work without fearing that a freaking teacher is looking at your kid like they want to sleep with them. So and then if you manage to survive not getting violated as a young person, a lot of females and maybe males now too, they end up getting violated at the college. So, I mean, Tyler Perry, he worked for where he's at and what he did. But this other piece of him is what is problematic. Do I think that these people, it's a dual thing? I do, because I think it was the same thing with Diddy. They was with it until they wasn't. And now that they no longer with it, they want to put all the blame on Diddy. These people here, they was with it until they wasn't. And now because they're no longer with it, they want to put all the blame on Tyler Perry, Lionsgate, and whomever else. All I need to know is, did you ever go to HR? All I need to know,
because they thought that they were going to get something out of it.
Well,
once the career didn't come, then
until it no longer benefited you. And that's where I have a problem. It ain't but so many times that that's not what I want. You want to be putting your hands in my pants and then shoving this $5,000 on me. Did you go get this $5,000 back? What was you doing? So it's like, the whole thing in and of itself is problematic, but no different than a drug addict, than an alcoholic. You got these deviant people and these sex addicts. And I feel like that I don't think all of these people just came up with a lie. I do think the man has a problem. But the thing is, somebody has to somehow, some way come and step up in real time. Now, allegedly, this is according to Kristen Keys, this man has many people on the books that he pays to be his whatever. So it's a loaded situation, but in terms of him building up his empire, Tyler Perry did that. He did that. But it's sad that by the hands he built it is the same hands that are going to destroy it. Just like with Diddy, by the hands he built it, it's the same hands that are destroying his billion-dollar empire. So your deviant, extracurricular activities will get to you all the time, whether you a Diddy, a Tyler Perry. We saw it with that CEO that was at his at the concert with the girl from HR. Her life is destroyed now, she said. Destroyed now. She said the last person told her you are unemployable. So my thing is to everybody, I'm not talking to nobody else's spouse. That's the point blank in the period for me. I'm not messing with the people at work. Then the when I was growing up, the older adults, and now I'm that person, they would tell you don't it was a saying, it had a curse word in it. It's something about you don't piss or poop where you eat. They said it a different way. In other words, why are you playing games on your job? So here is Tyler Perry. To me, one of his major problems is he had a problem with the texting, because that Derek Dixon had a lot of text messages. So I'm sure this Mario Rodriguez got some text messages, but it's going to be, how much did you play into it? If I'm touching you and I'm giving you $5,000 and you never gave me said $5,000 back and you kept coming back, why would I think I'm violating you? I'm thinking you like it. Listen, people, it's a lot. I'm going to stay connected to see if girlfriend gets her $5,000, because you know what? At the end of the day, she gave them the tip that caught that man. Okay? The city worker, she needs to get fired, and she's done. She's done. Okay? Tyler Perry, where there's smoke, there's fire. And I don't know if I told you, Fantasia got into this situation, and the people telling her, Tay, you going down the wrong road. You're going down the wrong road. I'll show this real quick before I close out, in case you haven't
Diva,
seen.
I didn't go yet.
Oh, I'm sorry, Katrina.
Hurt my feelings, girl. Hurt my feelings.
No, you know what? You dropped out and you come back in. Give me
I know,
a minute.
girl. Listen, StreamYard they be
I
tripping me
know.
on here.
Give me a minute. I'm gonna let you go, Katrina. Give me a minute. Hold on.
Go ahead.
Okay. So this is a picture Fantasia posted. She posted this picture, and she said, "An angel on earth" at Tyler Perry. He gave me 8-carat diamond earrings after mine were lost years ago. So they were lost years ago, and he just now gave them to you, baby girl. Ain't that some weird timing? The timing where he gets accused of something. He's always taking care of me, girl. So somebody told her, like, girl, this don't just stay out of this. Stay out of this. Wait, hold on 1 second. Let me go back. But anyway, somebody told her stay out of it. Somebody said they could never make me hate Tyler Perry. But see, I will tell you this too. That's the other thing. And that's why a lot of people that have money, they get away with a whole lot of shenanigans. Because people, when somebody has money too, they let them get away with a whole lot of stuff. Katrina, your thoughts?
No, I was just thinking of the same thing that you were thinking. Hello, Diva. Hello, panel. Hello, chat. Sorry what happened earlier. StreamYard wants to play with me. But we could say the same thing about Bill Cosby. That man worked from what was it? Fat Albert, Puddin' Pops. I mean, his movies. Then the Cosby Show was the #1 show on TV for NBC. But we didn't know what was going on behind the scenes. And like you said, he built it up, but then again, he tore it down because these women came out with these accusations. And another thing is with these people, I'm not saying Tyler Perry did not do this. I'm not saying that he did, because I was not there. But my thing is, you test me one time and I don't like it, we're going to be windmilling. So obviously, I don't care how intimidating or how big he's supposed to be, and he's supposed to be in this and that. The first thing I would have did was say, look, don't do that. I'm going to the police department. And I would let them know that you attacked me. You assaulted me. But you went back 4 times? This is what I don't understand. You went back 4 times, and then you coming out saying you got paid $5,000. You let a billionaire pay you $5,000, so you was a cheap one. So I wouldn't even tell nobody I got no $5,000. But what I'm saying is, I'm not saying the man didn't do it. I don't know if the man did it. I mean, I don't know. I wasn't there. But like I said, if this man was doing this constantly, and you keep coming back, like you said, Diva. Maybe he thought it was all cosmetic. Maybe he think, okay, I can deal with this one. You know, he my man whatsoever. And then, like, I don't understand. Just go to the grinder, Tyler. Just go to the ground and leave these people alone. If you're doing this, I'm not saying that you are, but you know, and for this guy to come back for 10 years later, statute of limitation is gone, fool. So you ain't finna get no money. You're not gonna get nothing. And then that's why they ask for so much money, because they feel like if I ask for 200,000, he'll give me 3 million. You know, he'll give me 5 million if I ask for this amount. That's why they ask for the extreme. So you been touched like this, you want $200 million. Go get a job. Walmart is always hiring. I mean, they want to come up to these folks with their money. I'm not saying that Tyler Perry didn't do this stuff. Don't get me wrong. But I'm saying this man has, like you said, he worked hard. The reason why he said he started doing this, he said because his mom used to always admire Catherine Chancellor from Young and the Restless, and she wanted to live that way. So before she died, he made sure she lived the way that Catherine Chancellor lived on Young and the Restless. And I'm not saying the man is out there pricking and prodding or whatever. If he is doing this, he needs to stop and just stop. But the thing of it is, these people, I mean, it's like they just want free money. And I'm not saying they weren't assaulted, but come on, $200 million. It's ridiculous. It's sick. I mean, like I said, it's sick all the way around. And I said it before, you touch me, I don't want you touching me. We windmilling. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But this lawyer that he got, I'm quite sure he got way more money than the lawyer that this person finna hire. So we'll see. That's all I got, Deep. I'm sorry, y'all. That's all I got.
No, you're fine. Increased matter, I love this. Everybody's a victim for money, not justice. You better talk. Listen, okay.
Diva,
all
can I say something real quick?
Of course. Did I skip you?
No, I just
okay.
I didn't have this on my psyche when I spoke before. No, you know, when I gave my perspective on this, you know, as everybody knows, I am a gay man. Very proud. But there is a thing where what I've seen with all these stories, I'm not discrediting anybody, but I am suspicious at these claims because, like, when the dollar amount comes up, I'm like, and it's just like we all know Tyler Perry's in the closet. That's what it is. But you know, when we have dialogue over here, we do stick to the facts and we do say, why did you go back over and over again? Obviously, he was doing something you like, even though you say different. I start to think
are
like
you
that.
selling yourself for $1, right?
Right.
It's one or the other. We don't know. They would need to tell us.
Exactly.
But I have to say to all the future people out there, you know, just like if you watch Sean Combs' The Reckoning, the Netflix documentary, Kalana Harper sat in there and said her lawyer told her don't sign the contract. Her lawyer told her don't sign the contract, and she signed anyway. And then she want to say, well, I didn't get paid. Your lawyer told you that before you signed. You know, these people want to sell themselves to the devil, and they want to come to us years later for a refund. I ain't got no refund for you. Your lawyer told you don't sign, and you signed anyway. Kurt Barrows is sitting up there. He got all these interviews on YouTube before that reckoning. He ain't had no problem with Diddy. He didn't say nothing with Diddy. Only problem he had that he had the 25% of the Bad Boys. He didn't. He ran Bad Boys. He built Bad Boys. But when they came in there with that bat and told you to sign, you had plenty of years between then and now to say, listen, you signed under duress. Where's your money? This, that, and the other. Somebody has to think about your integrity and what you stand for. They said if you don't stand for something, you will fall for everything. You gotta look back over your life and say, what part did I play in this situation? It just don't make no sense. You coming through there, and this man, he said that he got this role, Mario Rodriguez, because Tyler Perry was going to the same gym as him, saw him, asked somebody at the gym to give him the number. He's coming, acting, yo. You're playing stupid games and you're getting stupid prizes, and then you want what from us? Do I think that if he's doing this predatory behavior, he needs to stop? Absolutely. But you know how you stop? Because obviously, if he's been paying people out before, paying out money ain't stopping him. Somebody need to go to the jailhouse and file a complaint. But see, you don't want to file a complaint because you got to tell me, what did you do with this $5,000? Did you give it back? No, I bet you he didn't. I bet you he didn't. So what are we doing here? But like I said, at best, he definitely violated employee-employer work laws. But listen, people, I done talked enough. Y'all know the routine. If you ain't hit that like button on the way in, do me a favor, hit it on the way out. Listen, I'm going to stay connected because I want girlfriend to get her tip money. She deserves that $5K. And at the end of the day, $5K ain't even nothing. She could have got killed. The criminal is ringing her doorbell at midnight talking about, can I use your phone? And let's be clear, who was he going to call?
Did we just play that guy that turned in the guy that killed the unalived the CEO of United Health, right?
Mm-hmm.
He called, but he didn't call the tip line. He called the police. So therefore, he would not get that reward. He called the wrong line. Yeah,
they full of crap. They
yeah,
full of crap.
And then he got fired from McDonald's because they call him a snitch. He lost his job and everything. So he called on the guy. You remember that? Yeah, you remember that? He called on the guy.
That's what I said. They caught him on technicality.
Yeah,
they full of crap. So like the news person said, they ain't giving nobody that money. Because he asked them, well, who ever got a payout? They got no comment. Yeah, you don't, because y'all ain't pay out nobody. I'm gonna stay connected to that. I'm gonna stay connected to the city worker that extorted. Because Callie gave me another thought process. I gotta let it marinate. I gotta let it marinate. And this Tyler Perry, I'm thinking we about to switch off from Diddy to Tyler Perry, because I think the floodgates might be open, but they may or may not be open, because I heard he was paying the people all along, allegedly. Okay, so maybe his people going to stay at bay because they know they've been taking payments for years. I don't know. But anyway, guys, thanks for being here. Hit the like button. I'll see y'all next time. Good night and goodbye, everybody. Choo, choo.
Choo, choo. Happy New Year.
Yeah.